Welcome to another episode of The Sam Fury Show. I'm not exactly a master of negotiation. To be honest, I'm not a fan of haggling, but I also dislike getting ripped off. Additionally, I often visit countries where haggling for a better price is the norm, and if you don't, then you will be paying up to 10 times what you should be. On the flip side, I don't want to haggle so much that the vendor can't make a decent living. I once knew this guy who told me a story about how he got chased by a man with a hammer in Vietnam. His wife later told me it was because he haggled too hard. Don't be that guy. Do your best to get a better deal, but don't undercut the vendor so much that he or she chooses violence. Another good point reminds me of the lyrics from the song Mr. Wendell. $2 means a snack to us, but it means a great deal to you. When I'm traveling in Southeast Asia, I expect things to be cheaper than when in Australia, and in some cases, such as dining out, a lot cheaper. When I buy something on the street with local currency, for some reason, the equivalent of 50 cents feels like a lot more than 50 cents. It's always good to stop and rationalize how much you are actually bargaining for. In some countries, 50 cents can buy enough rice to feed a small family for the day. Do you really want to deprive a baby of their rice so you can feel like you won? Okay, enough ranting. Here is my haggling strategy. It is based on aiming to achieve a win-win outcome where all parties, both the vendor and I, are happy with the transaction. First, I don't buy things on impulse. If I'm walking in a street market and see something interesting, perhaps a small souvenir gift for a friend, I'll look at it and then walk away. I do not ask the price. While I'm taking that little stroll, I'll think about how much I would be willing to pay for that item, and then I make that my top limit that I will definitely not go over. I also set a secondary price about 20% lower than my top price. With my top and secondary prices in mind, I go back and ask the vendor the price. If the price is lower than my highest price, I buy the item. I do not bother haggling more. If the vendor tells me a price that is higher than my top price, I counteroffer with my secondary price. If the vendor's next counteroffer is then lower or equal to my top price, I buy the item. If the vendor's next counteroffer is still higher than my top price, I counter again with my top price and state clearly that it is my final offer and I definitely will not go any higher. If the vendor doesn't accept this highest offer, I walk away. Often, as you walk away, the price will start dropping. Stick to your guns and only accept if the price drops to your highest offer. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Sam Fury Show. If you found this episode useful, let me know with a like, follow, and share. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to visit samfury.com and join my free newsletter. As a subscriber, you'll receive no more than one email a week containing a roundup of my latest posts, as well as exclusive content which is only for my mailing list. It's completely free to join at samfury.com.